God.
Good. I'm glad to hear from you.
Yeah, I know, right, baby? We got it.
Yes, we got it together. Good. I'm excited. Is there a specific thing you're working on right now in life that you're wanting to look at, or you just want like a general where you are type of situation?
There is a plethora of things on my side. So so I got top first thing that pops up in my head is, why is my my son's father keep on bothering me?
Okay.
Because I've cut that tie several years ago.
It's so interesting you say that, because before we got on here, Spirit told me to ask you, do you have kids?
I have a son. He's 5 years old, and that's my only one for now. I want more.
Okay, gotcha.
So I am divorced back in 2023. So
okay, gotcha. All right, and just life, right?
Right.
Okay, cool. All right, let me feel into your energy real quick, and then I'm gonna pull some cards for you. But let me feel what I can feel. Okay. Okay. All right. Is your mom still living, love?
Oh yeah. We actually live in the same house together. So she's in the other room. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense why she's coming through. Is she getting headaches or something?
My mom has several medical conditions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha, that makes sense. There's a lot of worry there. Okay, sorry, let me just finish picking up what I'm picking up on, but I'm getting. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some cards for you. I'm excited. My heart is racing. I don't know if it's one of y'all's heart that I'm feeling, or if it is my heart. But it feels like my heart is like, oh. All right. Have you ever had a psychic reading before, love?
I have. Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay, that makes sense.
I would say like twice. Yeah.
Twice before?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Let me write this down. I'm just looking for some confirmation real quick, and then I'll start for you, love.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, I had a couple of questions, so
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I'll get to those in just a second for you.
Okay.
Okay. Good. I like that. Oh, okay, girl. Okay, good. All right, now that'll be the last one. All right. So the first couple of things that I picked up from your energy, and I'm just going to give it to you the way that I'm getting it. This is all love. I promise you, when you're in a safe environment, I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to offend you in any way. Sometimes I have a hard time saying what I need to say, so I'm gonna just give it to you how I'm getting it, and just know that I mean this with love. So the first thing that I was getting from your energy is that it's kind of rigid. It feels like it's exacting in a way, and that it's kind of fighting for control. And it feels like you're trying to control things in your environment to make yourself feel safe. There is a bit of needing to trust the process, because it feels like it's also hard for you to let things go or hard for you to move on. I also pick up this energy of you feeling stuck a little bit, but you are in this place of trying to pick yourself up, where you're trying to do things different than you've been doing it before. And there's a bit of you feeling like you're by yourself, or you're feeling like you have to do things by yourself. I'm picking up on mom and headaches. It feels like there's worry there. It feels like you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders right now. And it also feels like you're not saying something. And I don't know if that's in regards to you needing help or what that is about. Okay. So that's what I was picking up just straight off the back and tapping in your energy. Do you resonate with that? Is there anything that you have to say?
All of the above.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. Because your
So,
energy was actually coming through really strong this morning. And I was like, who is this? And then you wrote me and I was like, oh, I see who this is. So
okay.
it feels like there's a grandparent here, or on mom's side. I don't know if it's a great grandma or your grandmother. But somebody is here on mom's side. And they've been talking to me since this morning. So I was like, okay, I'm doing her first. So go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. It could be my grandmother, which is my mom's mom, and she
Okay.
passed back in over 10 years ago. And my
Okay.
mom and I and my uncle were the primary caregivers. I'm a registered nurse by trade.
Yeah.
Um,
Pick that up.
so yeah, and recently I just had a friend that said that her father passed away, so that made me think about my grandmother.
Oh,
Um,
no, I think that was her just coming through to say hi. I think you just
oh,
picked up.
okay.
Um, so what I was getting was that you were taking care of a lot of people, and so I didn't know if that was. So I didn't know if that was the nursing makes complete sense, because it was saying it was like a responsibility, like you feel a responsibility for helping people. So that's the first thing that I pick up, and I'm getting confirmation all through the back of my head right now. Trust is a really, really big thing. And I think that there's a bit of you needing to go back and look at your relationships and what they have been, because somewhere your trust with people has been broken. I don't know if you have not been able to depend on the people around you. But there's a mistrust that has happened with people, but that's caused a mistrust in yourself as well, not trusting in your abilities, not trusting in your intuition to guide you. So I don't know if you were ever religious at all, or if you just had really strict parents, but it feels like that there's both. Okay. Yeah, it feels like there's something that has caused you to not be able to ask questions, or not be able to explore yourself the way that you wanted to explore yourself when you were a kid. And there's a need for you to go back and look at what that is, because there's some healing that needs to happen. It feels like it was when I say it feels unconscious in a way, meaning that I don't think that what happened was for your good at the time, but it also caused you to mistrust yourself in a way. And I think that that's probably the most important thing for you right now, is to learn how to rebuild your relationship with your intuition. Okay. Which means that you got to look at where you have been and what's got you to this point, the things that you've tolerated in relationships, the things that you've kind of tolerated throughout life, and do some healing. Okay. Do some healing around that. Okay. Because there's a need for you to master your emotions in your emotional world. Okay. I see that there's a lot of focus on money right now, finances, And I don't know if that means that you're trying to reach for financial stability to where you can feel free, or if that means that there has been a little bit of lack of independence or lack of stability. Can you give me confirmation on that?
It's the first end. I'm honestly trying to transition into the coaching space. And
Okay.
so I'm actively in mentorship and actually trying to, totally try to shift gears when it comes to nursing and totally go another route. So
Gotcha.
I'm doing real estate and investments, and I'm going in that coaching space. So that is the first thing.
Okay.
So I have my goal set out. I like everything is literally laid out. It's just me actually physically doing it. I feel so hard.
Yeah, that's
And
okay.
I think when we spoke, I'm a manifester on the human design chart. So it's just it's just a lot. It's so much component. And when you say with the trust, I'm like, yes, okay, well, I know I need people, but I need money in order to pay these people. And how do I get money when I pay the people and I'm still working a 9 to 5? So all the things.
Yes. Okay. That makes sense, because the next card that I got after that is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is basically telling you have the enthusiasm, you have the dreams, you have the passions, but you are planted in one spot, meaning that you may not be able to see what's happening in the spiritual world. The things are happening for you, because the next card I get is everything is already done. You built the foundation, right? However, now you need to fix the internal conversation, okay? Because there's a bit of self-imposed limitations that you're placing on yourself. And I don't know if that's because things are not turning out or moving as quickly as you would expect them to move, or you want them to move. But there's a bit of optimism that comes with this. It's basically telling you that, listen, you have the dream, you have the enthusiasm. Now you just need to apply yourself. Now you just need to figure out how to execute the plan. But while you're executing the plan, there is a need for you to nurture yourself on the inside. Okay. So going back to that emotional world, because that's what's kind of standing in your way of getting what you want right now. You have all the tools. You have every single tool. And it feels like this cycle of you, learning from your past hardships. It feels like you're coming into completion with learning from your past hardships, from looking back, from pulling yourself together. Hold on.
Huge question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Huge question. So there's I would say not necessarily confusion. It's just me really trying to figure out what I need to totally go all in. Is the E going to be the holistic space in regards to nursing because I want to do that? Or is it building my brand in the real estate? So, and then I'm like, okay, well, I can build a brand doing both, but that's confusing. So this is where my mind is like, okay, well, I have several skills. I have so many experiences. I want to share them. I know what I'm called to do. How do I do it? And how can I get help doing it?
But you feel stuck somewhere though. Like, what is making you feel stuck? Is it nursing, or like what made you go into nursing?
My parents.
Okay.
So I'm the first child of two, and I take pretty much I'm the primary breadwinner here. So my mom, my dad, my brother, and my son, I'm primary breadwinner. So all that responsibility on top of what you already said is it all hits right on the nail. Yes. So it's just this working the 9 to 5. So I'm like, okay, well, if I step into the zone, there's going to be some instability, and the financial portion of it is going to be unstable. And I'm like, okay, I can't risk that right now.
Yeah. So it feels like you need to, there is a bit of setting the foundation, but you need to explore, because the energy that I keep getting off of the energy that is around business is Sagittarius energy. I don't think you found what you're supposed to be doing yet. And that's why I asked you, why are you in nursing? Because it feels like that you feel stuck there. If I'm being honest, it feels like that's not what you all the way want to do. And so there's a bit of you needing to explore to figure out what it is. And you can use where you are right now. But there's a point of time, like it needs to be a decision made. Like there has to be a decision that is made, because you got to take inspired action, but it only comes from your heart. which means you got to sit with yourself and you got to figure out what you actually truly want in life, because then that's what's going to help you dedicate. I don't think you found it yet. I don't think you found the thing yet. It feels like right now where you are, though, the card that they give me after you're trying to pull yourself together, you're trying to learn from your past mistakes, you're trying to make sure that your fears don't come true, which tells me that you could be moving based out of fear instead of what you actually want on like an internal soul to soul level. Because the card I get after that is thoughts dominating your feelings, which means that you're trying to make the right decision. You're trying to make the right decision. However, there are no bad decisions. It doesn't matter what decision you make. It only matters that whatever you're doing, you're passionate about it, that you're only taking action towards the things that you think are going to bring you joy, not because you think it's going to bring you money, not because you think it's going to help you financially. You have to figure out what you want on a heart's level. And that's the part that's missing. Okay. And that's why I'm saying stuck. And it feels like you have this very like negotiating energy. You have this very resourceful energy. You have this energy that's going to figure it out regardless of whatever the fuck it is that you decide to do. However, you're still thinking on it. You're still thinking based on logic and not on a feeling. You need to, whatever it is that you decide to do, I don't think you're going to have a problem realizing it, bringing it into this material world. I think the problem is is satisfaction. Is feeling like you are doing something that you actually enjoy doing. And I think there's a word where you can combine your skills, because it feels like you have a lot of different skills and you're probably talented in a lot of different areas. I think that there is a world where you can combine that, but I don't think you tapped into it yet. I don't think you found it yet, because right now you're not showing up as your true authentic self. Right now you're still doing what you think you're supposed to do instead of what you actually want to do.
Okay.
So there's a need for you to go back to your foundation.
Do you see anything with instruments? Because I've been wanting to pick up my saxophone again for the longest times, and I play my saxophone.
I think you should do it. I think you should do it, because when you say that, I get a surge of energy through my chest, through the heart space. You like doing that. You need to make decisions based off of what you want to do and what you like to do, opposed to the money. Because when you do make a decision based off of what you actually want to do, and I'm getting confirmation all up my thing, my back, because it feels like grandma's saying she doesn't think you're happy and she's worried about you being happy. It feels like you're okay, but the fulfillment part is the part that's missing. So you need to do more things that you're passionate about, things that get you excited. Sagittarius energy is the energy of the optimist. It wants to explore. It wants to be free. It wants to be free, right? But it also wants to just have fun. If you think about it, if you've ever had any Sagittarius friends, my mom was a Sagittarius child. Responsibility, they don't know what that is. They literally are going to do whatever they want to do in that moment, and they'll figure it out later. They're literally living in this very expanded state. And the first thing that I got for you this morning was needing to control things, needing to be in control. And that's helping you to feel safe. You know,
I get that from my mom.
Logically, yeah. Mm-hmm. Needing
and
to logically.
I loosen my grip on that a lot.
Yeah.
So if it's still there, then okay, I get it.
There's still this underlying thing. That's why I'm saying you need to go back to the foundation. There are foundational things in your belief system that you need to take care of, that you need to nurture yourself around. But you're going to be okay. Everything that you want is already done. You have all the tools to do it. You got to, one, get out of your own way, which is that Capricorn type of energy. It's very hardworking. It's determined. It'll make anything shake. However, it's very practical. It's very practical. It's doing the logical thing. It sometimes has, well, I can't do this because then this. Well, I can't do that because of that. And it doesn't dream a lot. You need to dream again. You activate your imagination. You need to do things that really just light you up on the inside. And stop thinking your way through it. You need to feel your way through it now.
Okay.
Which means there's going to have to be some changes. Which means that there's probably going to be a period of time where you are working. Make sure that you have some rest in there. But that also means that you got to stop doing what everybody wants you to do. And you got to start doing what you want to do. Which is going to be hard. which is the hardest part, you know, which is the hardest part when you're the breadwinner because you don't want to disappoint anybody.
Right.
As you moving like you in a box instead of moving towards what you actually want. And I think you haven't found it yet. You haven't found it yet. So you got to sit with yourself.
That's so interesting that you're saying that I haven't found it yet, because I thought I found it. Like I
I don't think you have my love in real estate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think you have my love. I don't think you have. And that's okay though. That's okay. I think that everything that you have done up until this point is leading you to a place. There's skills and things that you needed to pull from those things, you know, but there's something that is missing. And it has a lot to do with this, what's in here. Get out of here, get into here. Okay. Whatever you're doing right now, though, is building the foundation, though. So I don't know if it's getting you the money. I don't know if it's giving you the skill. But I think that a couple years down the line, you're not going to be doing what you're doing right now.
Okay.
So go back to your foundation. I would start with parents. Always start with parents if we're talking foundation. Look at what you value. Okay. Look at your relationships and what you've tolerated. You know, what you like about the people you're in relationship with, because that's going to tell you your needs, but also the things that you didn't like, because that's going to tell you where you need your boundaries. Okay. And
For the
then
past year, I've been I've been doing the work, and I've been setting boundaries like crazy,
I
especially
love
with
that
my
for
past
you.
relationships. Like the
Mm-hmm.
boundary thing, till this morning, I still been setting boundaries. Like, nope, you can't do that. Nope, you can't say that. No, you can't. So
Yep.
yes, I've been hiding behind my voice a lot. So now I know it's time for me to use my voice.
Yes. Yes, it's time for you to do something differently. And it actually seems like you've been doing the work though, because that's what I'm getting. Like you've been pulling yourself together. You've been doing the work. You know, you're trying to get yourself out of how you feel, but there is something that's missing. I don't think it's the passion that's missing. Like you don't have that thing that just makes you want to just jump out of bed and just go, 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 like create, create, create. Like I don't think you've tapped into that energy yet. And I think there's more for you in that realm of things. As far as your baby dad, you already know what to do with that. You do not need confirmation on that. You already know. Okay. There is a ending of relationships that's happening though, astrologically wise. Venus retrograde is happening until April 12th. And that's the ending of relationships. That means that your old relationships are coming back and they trying to test the water. They trying to dip their toe in the pond and say, hey, are you sure? You're sure.
Yeah, I'm
You're
way past sure.
you are
Like, get
sure.
out my face.
Exactly. So keep setting your boundaries. You're doing great when it comes to that area. Okay.
What about ocean? Like when I have my meditation sessions, my safe space is me being immersed in the ocean. And I absolutely love when I go out of town, I
uh-huh.
love snorkeling.
Yes, I
So,
love that for you. So you're saying what's your connection to the ocean?
yes, do I have like ancestral things in relation to the ocean? I think it could be my nationality as well, because my family's from Haiti and we're, it's an island
Oh,
and
that
everything.
makes complete sense. But yeah,
But
if like,
there's so much, that's my peace. That's my safe space. That's where I feel like I talk to the rocks in the
yeah,
ocean.
uh-huh. That's
I
an emotion.
talk to the crystals and the coral and the fish in the ocean.
That is a emotional thing, but that's also it feels like I don't know if you are familiar with who the Orishas are.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the Orishas are our ancestors. They're who we come from. We're angelic crystalline beings. Okay, the Orishas are Oshun, Oya, Yemaya. Have you ever heard of any of them before?
Yeah, it sounds Hawaiian.
Yeah, there is not though. They are deities, okay, that look over us specifically because we are not the same beings as White people. We are not. When I say white people, I mean white, Arab, Mexican, Dravidian, white, Asians. Okay. We are crystalline, angelic beings. All right. The first name that I heard was Oshun, then I heard Oya. They are the deities of water. And they're probably calling you for a reason, because there's a need for your divine feminine to come to the top, because I told you, you are intellectualizing the fuck out of everything. However, you are now meant to feel. And I think just by what I've already told you up until this point, you getting back in tune with what's going on in your heart, I think that it's activating something in you. Okay. Very powerful things are being activated, but there's a need for you to get in tune with the feminine, who is water, who is emotions, and it is calling out to you. So that is the direction that you're moving. So keep moving that direction. I think that you've been hearing the call for a while, actually, and that's why you have been making the decisions that you've been making. You've been moving the way that you are moving. But now you have to come into balance, okay? Because that masculine is still up there working. He wants to order. He wants form. He wants structure. Right now, you don't need structure. You need to be free.
Okay. So it's my time to be free. Okay.
It is your time to be free, my love. That's the first thing that came through was rigid. They kept saying rigid. And I'm like, who is this? What are you talking about? They were like, exact, militant. And it was like,
yeah, structure is like it for me. That's my point. That's how I was taught. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
That's why they saying go back to the structure, because you got to fix the structure. You know, that's all you know right now. But sometimes it is real, because to be honest, that's what society we live in, right? Everything is structured. You go to school, you go to work, you do everything on the same schedule, right? But then that's not how you were designed, though, as a person. You were designed to grow and expand and evolve, and you can't expand if you're in a contracted state and you're trying to control everything, right? Yeah. So you need to learn how to just be free, have fun. That's what you need to be doing right now, is having fun. Sit the responsibility on the table for a second. See what feels good to you again. You know, go out, try new things. Explore a little bit creatively. But then pick that saxophone back up, girl. Get back in the energy of just doing something for the sake of doing it, instead of just doing something because you want a specific result. Do something for the sake of just doing it. Like, get you an adult coloring book. Get you something that just helps you to just do it for the sake of doing it. You don't want anything in return. You're just doing it because you're just trying to have fun. You're trying to calm your mind. You're trying to chill. You're trying to whatever.
Okay. I've been tapped into yoga before. I was hardcore workout.
Yeah.
And then I tap into yoga and I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I kind of like this. Okay.
And yoga, actually, not the whitewash version, but the original yogic practice, it mixes yoga and pranayama. It's meant to help you balance your chakra system. And that's how you get in touch with the feminine, the divine, the connection to the higher things. But before you can get there, one, you got to make sure you feel safe. Okay. If you're the breadwinner in your family, you probably didn't feel safe as a kid. You probably didn't have your emotional, financial, mental, whatever needs met fully how you needed them met. Now, I'm not saying that wasn't met. I'm saying you probably didn't have them how you needed. Okay. So that's the foundational. Then we move on to relationships, right? And that's learning how to let go, learning how to build vulnerable relationships, learning how to trust. Okay. That is sacral. That's water. Okay. Then we have solar plexus, which is your mind. Learning how to manage your mind, how to make conscious decisions, learning how to digest the hardships of life. You know, and then when you can get those three balanced, then you get access to the heart space, which is about forgiveness, love, compassion. It's about releasing that grief of loss and whatever that is, you know, heartbreak. Got to get all that out of the way, because that's the portal to this, which is communicating your needs, speaking your truth, setting healthy boundaries. You're already starting to activate. Okay. This is about trusting your intuition. But you can't trust your intuition if you conditioning and gaslighting yourself against your intuition at the same time you're trying to trust it. Okay. So trust your intuition, and then your connection with the divine. It's realizing that everybody, we are the same energy. We're the same beings doing the same things, trying to get to the same goal. looking at it from the bigger picture instead of just your reality and what you got to do. But it feels like you've been in survival mode. You've been going, reaching for higher heights, reaching for higher and higher and higher. But now it's time for you to prioritize you and figure out what it is that you love to do, because that's the only thing that's going to be sustainable. I have no doubt in my mind that if you decide to take this real estate thing to the highest heights, that you wouldn't be successful with it. You will, because you're determined. However, is it going to be sustainable? Are you going to feel fulfilled is the question. And that is what grandma keeps talking about.
Okay.
Is the feeling fulfilled, So you got to raise the feminine. And she is just about getting in tune with your emotions, letting your emotions guide you. Get out in nature, put your feet in the ground, discharge some of that excess energy into the ground. That's what your feet chakras do. They discharge and expel excess energy. Okay? Get out there and meditate. If you're not into a meditative practice, get into one.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, definitely meditate. Yeah.
Meditate. Stay in that and while you're doing it, visualize what is the perfect day in the life if no restrictions list existed in this reality. Nothing existed. You could just do whatever it is that you want.
I'll be in the beach all the time. I'll be on the beach.
Okay. So I want you to visualize that.
Chilling at the beach, like doing whatever. Exploring.
Exactly. I love it. So make sure that you visualize it. Hold that thought, feel how you feel while you're on the beach. Feel the sun hitting your face, get in the water and swim around with the fish. Get your little mermaid on if you need to get your little mermaid on. But you need to constantly be putting yourself back into that energy. And if that's what you actually want, then that needs to eventually be the goal. How do we get there?
Mm-hmm.
That becomes the next question. How do we move you towards that? First, you got to start having fun again. You got to figure out what you like. You got to explore a little bit more, because there's still a bit of just logic. Logic is at the party and logic is running everything. Get logic out the way. Get logic out the way. You got to just, whatever it is, when you start having fun again, I think you're going to find it when you start having fun again. You start just enjoying life.
Okay, so last summer was pretty fun for me. So amp that up. Amp that up. Okay.
Take it to the thousands if you got to take it to the thousands. Amp that up, because that's the energy that you actually need to be in. That's the energy you have to be in. And I think this logic pulls you. It's so restrictive. It's so limiting. It doesn't see the bigger picture. It only sees the right now. So it's got you moving based off of fear. And you don't need to move based off of fear when the universe is supporting you in what it is that you want to do. The only thing you're supposed to be doing right now is building a life that you enjoy. What does that look like? Does it require you working 10-hour shifts? Or do you got flexibility in your schedule? Does it require you to keep looking at your bank account, or can you just swipe your card whenever you go?
That's what I'm talking about, that part.
What does it look like? But when you do what it looks like, don't base it on money or anything like that. When you look at what it looks like, I want you to base it off of what you want to experience. I want to be able to get up and go whenever I want to. I want to be able to work from any place in the world that I want to. I want to be able to pick up and go on all inclusive trips with my whole entire family. I want to create generational wealth. I want my kid to be homeschooled. What is it that you want to experience? And then that's what you need to build. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you this, and don't judge me, girl. This is a non-judgmental.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah.
Okay. So I created this document, and I read this every single morning that I got up. Do I have this on my desktop? Where is it at? Here it is. So I created this document. I'm gonna put it in the chat for you. It's called New Reality. And what I did is I went through and I said, who do I want to be? What do I want to feel? Where do I live? Where do I want to travel? What am I doing for a career? What do I want in a man? What do I want? And I just put down everything, and I focus only on what I want, not what you don't want. because you get abundance regardless, but you get abundance based off of what you focus on. So if you focus on what you don't want, you're going to get abundance of what you don't want. But if you focus on what you do want, you'll get abundance of that. Okay. So I focused on what I wanted to feel, what I wanted to experience, all of those things. And I put pictures in it and everything. It was kind of like my own little personal Pinterest board. Right. And I read it every single morning that I got up. I went back and I looked at that because I was trying to share that with somebody in another session. And I have almost everything on that list. Yeah, so you got to read.
I'm big on the vision boards because everything that I've had on a vision board before, it has definitely come through. So the manifestation part, I get it. I have a vision board right now, and I'm just like, wait, it's been how many years, and half of this stuff is not done yet? What's going on?
That's so crazy. I dreamed about this last night. I didn't know who you were though. Okay, that's confirmation. That's confirmation. So yay, good. I'm excited.
I manifested my son. Like they told me I couldn't have kids, and I manifested my son. I said, no, that's not happening.
You want to. They don't get to dictate your life, but you see what happens if you believe. If you radically believe in something, you create it, regardless of what they say. Don't let them restrict and limit you, but also you don't restrict and limit yourself. Okay, that's the biggest thing, is that I can't energy. You can do any fucking thing you want to do. Anything. You just got to figure out what you want to experience and do it based off what you want to experience, not the amount of money that's in your bank account, what you want to experience. And then that's how you base your success. As long as I have flexibility in my schedule, I'm able to work from home, all of my bills is paid, I can travel whenever I want to. I don't care what's in my bank account. That is my increment of success. What's yours? And then that's what
I have lists. I have lists of that. So yeah, I got several lists.
Yep, you've done the work. Now apply it. Because you intellectualized it, apply it. That's it. That's it. That's all. Now you said you had questions. Did I already answer those questions, or do you have more?
I think we talked about the finances because that's all in relation to me being in my head. So yeah, I was like, is there a financial blockage to what needs to happen on that side? But we talked about that already. And then what is my sole purpose and what is the next level? But we talked about it already because we talked about all of it.
Anything that you are supposed to do. Right now, the main thing is you are supposed to let go. You are supposed to have fun. You are supposed to explore. You're supposed to try new things. You're supposed to explore creatively, and also explore the outside world as well. Okay. Right now, focus on having fun. And I think it's going to come to you through your exploration. But you have to get out of this energy of rigidness. The rigidness has to go. Let some of the structure and let some of that fall, because I think it's you living up here and you not living from the heart right now, but the heart is what's meant to guide you in this reality. So if you living up here, that's fear. You know, this is the matrix. This is what you're supposed to master, because when you can master the mind, because this is the gateway into yourself. If you can master the mind, then you can get to the heart. But you have to master the mind first. And a lot of people in this reality never master the mind. And so they stuck in that lower survival mode energy. Master your mind. Learn how to nurture yourself. Okay. Learn how to build a relationship back with yourself to retrust your intuition, which means don't break no promises to yourself. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't break no promises. I'll even send you this little chart that I have for trying new things. Okay. It's a little bingo card. And so start trying to knock some stuff off that bingo card. And every time you get bingo, reward yourself. Like, make it fun, make it exciting. But that would be my biggest advice to you right now is, even if you don't go in the direction of the divination, start having fun again. Start doing things based on what you feel and start living from the heart instead of living from that mind. Okay. Know that everything that happens is either teaching you a lesson or it's causing expansion in your life. Don't focus on what happened and the trauma and get lost in the intensity of the emotions. It's only telling you, I like this or I don't like this. If you don't like it, set a boundary. You're good at that. But if you like it, move towards it. You need to do more of it, because the more that you do things that you actually love, the more options open up for you in that direction. And you are actually being led when you do the things that you love. But when you don't, you're not being led. Okay. So surrender a little bit, and you got this, girl. I'm excited to see what you do. Let me know. I would love to know what you decide to do in life, because there's great things there. You have the determination. Everything's already done.
Now I know it's already done. Yeah. I don't question that. All right, so we're just gonna, me and my little one is just gonna go on some field trips then. That's it. We're gonna
live your day yes, be spontaneous. Live your day by the day. You know, to put them plans aside and just go and just have fun. Go to the park, sit in nature, sit with yourself. Because again, you do got to get in tune with your intuition. So you got to sit with yourself and start asking questions. You know, if you got questions, write them questions out. Before you go into meditation, put the question out there. Make the room as dark as you possibly can so your light can come on. Make the room as dark as you possibly can. Put a fan there or something. Try to focus on the sound. Try to focus on what you hear. You'll realize that silence is loud. Silence is not silent, actually. Silent is very loud. And then you can get the voice. Then the voice kicks in and tells you what you need to know. Okay? But before you get there, setting boundaries is good, because self-love. You need to love yourself, because you were made perfect for what you came here to do. But if you don't love yourself, you're never going to hear your higher self, because that is the energy that created you. If you don't love what was created you, why would you listen to it? Okay. And then also you need to see the beauty in your experiences. Everything was meant to teach you something, but now you got to make conscious decisions based off of who you are, not who you being told to be. Okay.
What keeps on popping in my head right now is, okay, do I need to move? Do I need to move? I need to move.
Sit with yourself and see what you want.
Right.
If you think that there's a better reality out there for you and it's not in the place that you in right now, because stuck is the word that I got. Look at your astrocartography. Figure out what place agrees with you more. See what it looks like if you do decide to go there. Take the trip there. How's the energy?
You said astrocartography? These are these words I have not heard before. I thought I heard a lot. I have not heard these words.
Oh, don't you worry, boo. I made my move based on astrocartography. Okay. But basically what astrocartography is what places agree with you energetically. Because when you moving through the feminine, you moving through the energy. You moving based on energy. Okay, based on the feeling. So that means your decisions got to be kind of made around a feeling. So this is, and I'll send you this website. This is let me tell you how to get there. So it's www.astro.com. Okay. And I'll send you this, but I think my stuff is in here. So it might be, let me just send you this website. I'm going to send this for both of y'all. Okay. But the first thing you want to do is go to these 3 lines at the top and go to where it says all about astrology. Okay. Go to where it says, no, not study astrology. I'm sorry. Go to where it says free horoscopes, and then go to where it says locational astrology. And then we're going to go to Astro Click Travel. Okay. Then it's going to ask you for your information at the top. So let's just say it looks like this. You put your information in, blah, blah, blah. Once you put your information in, it's going to pop up like this. Okay. And you'll see this chart. The first thing you want to do is take it from scalable to North America. You were going to get this video, by the way, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. I know
I'm taking notes.
And so go to North America, because that's going to tell you, that's going to give you your lines. You want to look for Jupiter, which is going to be, I think your Jupiter line is the pink line. Hold on, let me see. Where's Jupiter at? Yes, Jupiter line is here, but yours is out in the ocean. So what you're going to do is click on these, right? And when you click on these lines, you can click in locations. Okay. So let's say St. Louis for some reason. It's going to tell you on the side, you see this panel? It's going to give you all the information and how you're going to feel. Now, St. Louis ain't the place for you. You're going to feel unrested. and like you're in conflict with people in St. Louis. So that's not where you want to go. You don't ever run. The Mars line is a MF anyways. But say you come more towards this way and say LA. Well, that's the sun in Jupiter, okay? So that's generally seen as lucky and successful place for you to be. You'll feel liberal. You'll feel broad-minded, meaning open-minded. You'll feel relaxed in this environment. You know, Juan said the same thing, and that's why my ass is in LA. And I tell you what, my whole life looks different.
I've been to LA, San Diego. That's where my son was born, so I know about San Diego. But Cali, yes, Cali has done a lot of good things for me.
Yeah, it looks like it agrees with you, okay? So, let's see. Same Phoenix. Phoenix is another one. So anything that's on this side of the world,
on the Pacific side, on the Pacific Ocean side,
Pacific Ocean side, yes. So go through this, click through it, put your information in, and see. It has a panel on the side. It's going to tell you everything that you need to know about where you should be. But what I would do is first sit with yourself, figure out what you want. Okay. And if you're going to intellectualize it, fine, come up with a plan. But then you need to sit in visualization and you need to feel what it feels like. Okay. Because that is the feminine. She is the imagination. Okay. She is visualization. She is intuition. So you need to use her more, bring her to the top. Be led by your heart and not your mind.
That's a chore. Okay. You gave me a huge assignment.
I did, but I have faith in you. If anybody can do it, it's you. You know exactly what to do. Have fun. That's it. That's my only goal for you. And then as you going along, if you have questions or if you need help or you're stuck or you just need some advice, all you do is got to write me. You got access to me on multiple platforms. All you do is got to write me. I'm quicker through Telegram because that's where I do most of my work through. Okay. But all you do is got to write and ask for help. That's it. But you got this.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Great. You just got to have fun, girl. That's it.
Okay, go have fun. Okay.
Go have fun. That's the easiest assignment if you ask me. But, you know, for us thinkers, for us breadwinners, so I understand.
Right, because like, okay, is the fun gonna pay the bills? What's the fun gonna do?
Yes. I felt the same way.
I can have fun for 2 hours and then come back.
I gotta fucking go back. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I just same. I was in a place. I was back against the wall. I was moved back to Indy. I picked the date 3 months out, and I just decided, oh, you're going to LA because whatever you're doing right now, it fucking sucks. It's not gonna work. And I literally came up with a plan. I figured out how much money I needed, how much I had to work to get there. And I just did the work, came to LA, and I had a job before I got here. And it was a pretty well-paying job in the music industry. So I was like, okay, I got a job. I got a place to live. And then the house, that about stressed me out. I didn't get that till about 2 weeks before, because in LA, you got to pay a deposit and you got to move in within 2 weeks. So you got to be quick about finding your place. So I get my place. I come out here, and as soon as I get out here,
Cali is, woo, yeah. So yeah, you made it. You made it.
When I get out here, my papa had just died before I left. A month before I left, I get out here. My cousin dies. I lose my job. He says, my son got COVID. He's on an incubator. I'm going to pull the job. I'm just going to focus on my family. Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay. So I'm out here alone with no family, 3,000 miles away. And I'm just like, okay, fuck it. You're going to have to figure it out. Okay. So I'm searching for jobs for months. You know, I'm searching. I can't find nothing. I go back to a law firm. Hated the legal field. However, that is where I first made my first viral TikTok. And then I said, you know what? I have to do something else. I came out here to work in film. Fine. I'm just going to keep applying for jobs until I can get a job. And then I start working in film. I start working in casting. I start doing stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is just a job. Ew, gross. I don't like this. Nobody has any manners. Because, you know, not corporate America. So it was fucking like, okay, nobody has no fucking manners. And I'm like, okay, this is just a job. And I said, okay, now I switch gears. And it was like, this is just a job to get me to where I'm going. Instead, I kind of like TikTok. I kind of like that I'm helping people heal through showing people my journey. I kind of like sharing education. I kind of like that type of thing. Why don't I focus my attention there and then work this until I can get myself to where I want to be? And that's what I did. And then through me doing that and being passionate about it, I have all these ideas about things I want to do. And all of a sudden the ideas start hitting me. Now I'm not living in this restricted state. And I'm like, well, I've got to make it. And now I'm living a completely different life. I'm in the best apartment I've ever been in my entire life, making the most money that I've ever made. My job that I do pays my bills. That's it. What I do each month pays my bills each month. Best month I had last month. Okay. Is a work in progress, but you got to believe in yourself. And the belief, as you can see, you got that baby, didn't you? The belief is the most important thing. Trusting in your abilities is the most important thing. And loving what you do is the most important thing. Find out where the love is. The real love. Start by loving yourself. Then love your experiences. Because everything happened for a reason, even if the people were shitty. Mm-hmm. People, you taught me that I need to love myself more. I need boundaries. I need this. I need that. And I needed that. Did I like the way you did? Hell no.
Right.
And fuck you for the rest of your life. However, I needed that. So thank you. It was teaching me something. What were the things teaching you? But there's also a need for you to go back and look in your subconscious mind and dig some of that shit out. Figure out what's you, what's conditioning from your parents, what's conditioning from society. Pull that shit up by the roots. And you're going to be okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate this.
You are welcome, my love. And I will send you this video after. I'm probably going to stop this video and start a new one for D. But I'll send you the video. So give me about an hour so I can get through her reading, and then I'll get back to you, okay?
No worries. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem, my love. You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.